Hello and welcome to the new series on this channel, Academy League. This will be pretty similar to the normal videos in the Me and the Boys review playlist, but this will be focused only on matches played in the so-called Academy League in Jinzo and Tonic's server. Here I'm leaving this message so you can pause the video and read what this is all about, but too long didn't read. There are three types of tournament: Slifer, Ra, and Obelisk. You start in the red rank, so the Slifer rank, and then with winning you get promoted to Ra yellow rank, and then more information in the server. Here I'm just going to be reviewing some of my matches that I played, and that's basically it for the introduction. Now let's go to the match. In this match I played Asura Chaos Control, and my opponent was on Thunder Dragon Chaos Control. So here of course you would start with Delinquent Duo, just in case if the Sangan is set you don't want to kill Sangan first and then they search the Serpent, but in this case he had Serpent anyway. Now we go for Asura attack, and not setting book here because you don't want to set it on the empty board. It does nothing of value, it only risks breaker, and it makes your future heavy storm much worse. So he doesn't do anything. In this case you could summon breaker or summon Asura, but summoning breaker is not that good here because we could pop a back row for +1, but it's nice to keep breaker for sometimes when you really need to get that attack through, for example when he has also a set monster. This is normally true, but in this example when we attacked him with Asura, we can think that now he set something that will kill Asura, like Sakuretsu armor perhaps. So if you summon breaker now, this is the argument you would use. So I decided for that, it was torrential. Okay, here in this deck I played one main deck, creature swap. Now of course summon Asura or Magician of Fate. I think it's pretty obvious then that in most scenarios where your opponent is behind on the summon, you would rather set a monster than summon an attack. And now in this case you can decide to also set Book of Moon in order to protect it from metamorphosis, especially because you know that your opponent is having Sinister Serpent. Now I get a little lucky by deciding to not set book, because now we are not awkward with our heavy storm, because our back row is empty and they knocked the moth anyway. Don't forget to shuffle hand when top decking. Okay, now so he has a set, we have to answer it, but first we'll flip the merchant. And now I think it's not too difficult to say that the best play is just summon Asura, go for Nobleman. I mean the other possibility is swapping, but this has drawbacks, so Nobleman is better here. And now of course we will set Book of Moon, because setting Book of Moon behind a face-up flip is one of the best scenarios for a set book. It gets MST'd. Fun fact here, our opponent actually has a game shot, but he misses it. I will not show hand in order to keep it more interesting for the commentary, but I can tell you here he has a game shot. Okay, so now we have two outs for Chaos Sorcerer. One is swap, another is snatch steal. I would prefer to take it with swap, and for this we go for heavy. And notice, even if he has scapegoats, our swap will still work because Asura can kill all the scapegoats. Okay, I'm actually surprised at this play, because yeah, I'm actually surprised. I wouldn't do this if I played it right now. So interesting. I go for something overly aggressive here. I don't like this. Interesting. I mean, okay, I have protection against Senshi, and he doesn't have. He actually has Thunder Dragon in hand, so I lose to Chaos Sorcerer or BLS. So I can't tell you why I did this play. So here again, at least we have Senshi, so we can proceed without fear with attacking. Also, this deck has only one main deck, Matashut. And he decides to scoop. Okay, so I think I don't even side anything. Maybe a third scapegoat. And I side creature swap, I side it out. Okay, next game. He opens double Thunder Dragon, very unfortunate for him. And now the same principle that I was talking about before applies. You can either set Summon Breaker or you can set something. And of course setting here is better. You can set Sangan or you can set Merchant. I decided to set Sangan. One of the reasons is because you want to keep level 1 in hand for Metamorphosis if you need it later. And the second reason is to bait out his Scapegoat plus Metamorphosis on the Sangan first. So when this happens, like you noticed, first turn no sets, second turn knock and set. This is absolutely a signal that the set is a Magician of Fate. Just something to keep in mind, because he was waiting for a spell in the graveyard. So now we will play Charity to dig for the answer, perhaps even discarding Light and Dark for BLS. Of course, summoning Breaker before. And now we can discard Light and Dark for a later BLS, but we don't have to summon it now. We can just Nobleman. And I guess setting Mirror Force is okay here, because it's okay against everything except versus Breaker, but maybe it's worth the risk here. Or maybe even not, I mean, because if he attacks you with something, you still have Tsuku to kill it later. But you'd rather set Mimic next turn. So I think setting Mirror Force here is good expected value. But we do lose to Breaker here. This is unfortunate. Now we will go for Tsuku, of course. If you can kill it or set, you prefer to kill it. He just passes. Now we get our chance to get up on the summon, and of course we will set Book or Dust Tornado behind it. So if you use Dust Tornado now, it's clean, because he can't change Scapegoats, but some decks play Jar of Greed. In case of that, don't Dust Tornado now, but in this case you may just Dust Tornado it. Okay, so well, we have a full hand, but nothing to pressure. He has Light and Dark in the graveyard, so we also have 2 Metamorphoses without level 1s, and we also have Book of Moon, so this is why I decided to experiment with the Dark Blade here, as you can see. But I have to point out that the only reason I did this play is because I banish his only attributes, and because I have Book of Moon to protect it against Snatch Steal and Thousand Eyes. But he has this out, which Book of Moon doesn't protect very well. Now at least we can try to go again with Tsukuyomi. Tsuku dies. and we are forced to set scapegoat here, and if he has heavy again, we get screwed. But if he doesn't have heavy, we will take it 1600 and then we will scapegoat. So here we have to take the tribe, you know, and I decided to attack another place also to summon BLS and banish and attack directly. I think this is probably even better because we have the 1000 eyes out, but setting merchant here I really don't like because this is clogging your own field. You are not allowed to summon anything else, and if they somehow, let's say, book your 1000 eyes, then you still have no place for any pressure. Or if they just stall you with Serpent, you can't summon nothing. And if you top deck Tsukuyomi, you can't summon it to loop with 1000 eyes. And this is just what happens here. It's just a nice illustration of what not to do, but here nothing interesting is happening. Okay, we were just attacking. But now he drew Serpent plus Torrential to out this board. And now let's see, he continues. He also wants to Dark Blade us here. And so with this BLS in hand, you have to decide to not let it go. Now I would be forced to summon BLS, but we top deck DD Warrior Lady first, so we first use her and hope that this Torrential survives. It survives, so we are feeling nice for one turn more with Torrential the Asura, because... And now we get this ring. This is nice. So I'm thinking if I have a read on what his back row is, because if I had the read, then summoning BLS, setting ring is great. But it looks like in the game I had a read, but now I don't remember because I was fast forwarding through some turns anyway. But yeah, this is why I go for it, because now he is in the ring range and we are not. We wait before ringing, you know, and now... So let me explain the benefit of waiting with ring. For example, if he had Book of Moon, we waited for 1000 eyes, now he 1000 eyes our BLS, now we ring our BLS, and if he wants to survive, he has to Book of Moon the BLS, which means he will get a 0/0 attack, 1000 eyes, but he doesn't have it. And that's it for this game. This was my first match in the set tournaments. So if you win this tournament, you are promoted to Ra Yellow rank, like I said, and then when you win a Ra Yellow rank, you are promoted to Obelisk Blue, and so on and so on. There is even more about this to come. Ginzotonic has a lot of it on the way. Also special thanks to Roust, who is very helpful with hosting and pinging every player and telling them about their pairs and so on and so on. Thanks to all these guys for having me, for hosting this. I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and there will be more of these videos to come because I have played quite a few matches and I want to review all of them. Hopefully you learned something. Bye for now.